would you like to turn back the clock of aging? Hi, I'm Trish Gleason, and we're fortunate to be with Roslyn Rogers here today, world-renowned hormone expert. Welcome, Roslyn. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, Trish. Thank you for inviting me to spend a few moments with you.
Great. We're happy to have you, and we're happy to learn a lot about how we can help with our hormone issues. I'd like to get started by explaining a little bit about the background of Roslyn. She's for over 25 years, she's a certified nutritional consultant. She's traveled the world, and she's a national and international speaker to many doctors groups and other organizations in helping them learn about how hormones affect your body, your life, and your health, really. She's a board certified integrative medicine. She's also going to share with us her many secrets and talk to us a little bit about a book that she has and her world travels in teaching us how to push back the clock of time of aging. Yes. So Roslyn, let's get started by asking you just simply, tell us about hormones and how they affect us.
Okay, thank you, Trish. Hormones are chemical messengers that tell our body what to do, when to do it, and why to do it. Our hormones affect the entire endocrine system, the pituitary, hypothalamus, adrenals, and thyroid. So much about who we are, how often we smile, how well we sleep, has to do with the balancing of our hormones.
It's that extensive. You know, you hear so many times that people have problems with their thyroids. So hormones can be a direct effect on your hormones?
Yes.
On your thyroid glands? Mm-hmm.
Yes, they affect all of us. And because of the world that we live in, there's so much artificial petroleum that make up our clothing. It's in hair products, in lotions, thousands and thousands of pounds every single day that we use that have petroleum in them. And unfortunately, this petrol acts as estrogen mimickers, and they create havoc in our body.
So what things do we wear or that we're in contact with that has this petroleum in it?
Well, almost everything that we buy in a store, unless you're buying 100% cotton, which is very difficult. And even if you are a naturalist and you try to live a clean life, you cannot get away from the petrol in the food we eat, the air we breathe, and everything in our life. Thousands and thousands of pounds every day, they get into the system and they create problems.
So, you know, when I was growing up, they used to always tell everybody, you know, wash your pajamas, wash all your clothing before you wear it. Is that the reason?
That is very true. Yes, you need to wash your clothing, but that doesn't do it. So many women, we are out of balance and we become what we call estrogen dominant. And we don't want to be estrogen dominant because when we are, we have lots and lots of symptoms.
That's too much. We have too much estrogen. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. And some of the symptoms that we all feel and face are the fat that we gain under the breast, especially. That is a very big sign that we're estrogen dominant. So are hot flashes and night sweats, PMS, endometriosis, cystic breasts, fibroid tumors, moodiness, desire to kill husbands. Yes, that's an estrogen dominant symptom. Sleep problems, and I can go on and on. We are too estrogen dominant. And need I say that 90% of breast and ovarian and uterine cancers are also estrogen dominant tumors.
So maybe when some of us get a little older and the doctor suggests we take estrogen supplements, that may be bad because we probably have too much to start with.
That's true.
Oh,
So in my learnings, the hormone that is most effective to actually push the estrogen into a better balance is progesterone. And the
okay.
progesterone that I like, it comes from the wild yam plant. And it's not a potato wild yam. It's sort of a radishy kind of plant. And they learned how to extract a fatty substance called diosgenine from this plant, and it's taken to a laboratory and converted into a micronized progesterone that is actually bioidentical to our own progesterone. And
Oh,
through the years, Trish, I cannot tell you how many emails and letters and phone calls of women who say, thank you so much, because progesterone is that hormone that we become very low in as we get older.
so what if you're low on progesterone? What is a symptom of that? Is that
Well,
moodiness too?
as I said a moment ago, the low progesterone will cause the hot flashes when you have too much
Okay.
estrogen, or night sweats, or PMS. If you don't have enough progesterone, you can't even conceive or hold on to a baby. So many symptoms, not only women who are finished with their cycling, but young women today have endometriosis, cystic breasts, irregular periods. And when you just introduce a little bit of natural cream made from a wild yam that's been converted into a lab that works bioidentically to our own hormone of progesterone, we feel better. And may I also mention that the cream, we do not swallow this. We put it on transdermally on our skin.
Okay. We're so excited to hear these informations from you and education, because when we go to the regular doctor, because I'm speaking on behalf of maybe 2 million women that are in our other fellow member groups. So I know this is how they're thinking. When we go to our normal doctor, a general practitioner, or even our OBGYN, they may not be experts in hormones, but you are. So
Well,
they don't even talk to me about progesterone. You see?
well, unfortunately, if you do go to an allopathic doctor, they pretty much prescribe what the pharmaceutical companies have deemed is the right way to go. And they might give you something called progestin. That's a synthetic analog of our own hormone. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a plant that is used as a body cream. And we put it on different areas of the body. I can explain where, but we're talking about a cream that's also very powerful, because anything that we swallow creates what we call the first pass of the liver. And we do not need hormones in our liver, because
Okay.
that's where hormones take on a life of their own and create a lot of problems. So when we use this natural progesterone body cream, we put it on thin-skinned areas of our body.
Do you need to go get tested before you try the cream?
Well, that's a very good question. And in a perfect world, yes. However, if you're done with your cycling, no more period, either because of a hysterectomy or age, we are making almost no progesterone.
Oh,
We continue to make estrogen for the rest of our life. When our ovaries stop producing eggs and we no longer make hormones from the ovaries, our adrenal glands take over. We only go down about 40–50% in the production of estrogen, but we go to almost zero in progesterone. And that is why it's so wonderful to put back with a cream of wild yam.
mm-hmm. So and everybody else does, that we don't sell on our program,
No.
but we want to know where to get this product. So do you have a website that we can go to, or can you refer us somewhere? We don't know what to do.
Well, there are a couple of really good products. My taste is from LifeFlow, LIFE-Flow. It's not my own company, but they have a product that's actually pre-measured. So every time you push down on this pump container, you get approximately 20 milligrams of progesterone, USP. It's got to have those USP, which stands for United States Pharmacopoeia. And most women do not need more than the 20 milligrams. Now, there also are compounding pharmacies that a woman can go to have more natural hormones of progesterone, but that's usually more expensive. And I find that most of this compounding, they put too many milligrams in. You don't
Oh.
need 100 and 200 milligrams.
Mhm.
20, 40 are plenty enough. And it changes lives, Trish. Really changes your life. People sleep better. Aches and pains can go away with the right amount of progesterone. I'm very much about pushing back the clock of aging. We live in time. We have to age, but we don't have to decline.
That's well said. Thank you. And I agree with that.
I do have a book that they can find online.
Okay.
Yes.
We'd love to hear about it. What's your book about?
It's
pushing
about
back.
many things. It's called Redefining Age.
Okay.
And it's a book, it's a simple book. I try to, write it in a way that the average woman can understand it, simply written. And it just will tell many of my secrets of how I have learned to push back that clock of aging. I'm not going to give my age away right now, but I will tell your listeners that I am a great grandma.
You look gorgeous. So you're also very intelligent. So you're beautiful inside and out. And that's what really is important too.
And Trish, when you balance hormones, it's easier to have a good attitude towards life. And attitude is everything. Because when hormones are not balanced, women feel cross, they feel irritable. We don't feel vibrant as we should be. And when you balance hormones, all of a sudden you have a new zest for life and your libido comes back and you smile more often.
Well, as all through your life and mine as well, we hear of people as they get older, they either get nicer or grouchier. And now I'm thinking about it. I think the people that are grouchy are just off balance on their hormones.
I would say amen to that. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You think your thinking capacity is better. You care more about life, more about how you look. We're not going to be eating all those carbohydrates just to feel good. We naturally will feel better. Hormones are everything. I cannot emphasize that enough. When you balance them, and of course, my take is to do everything naturally when you can, because many drugs are made from the herbs and the botanicals, but not a company can actually advertise anything that grows from the ground. It's against the law. So a pharmaceutical company will take the natural botanicals and they put in some of the unnatural things that give us problems. So when you go to the natural botanicals, the way nature intended us to live, you feel better and you don't have all those side effects from real drugs. Now, I am not saying that we do not need medicine or drugs. We do. We absolutely do. They are miracles when we do need them. But in balancing hormones, progesterone cream from the wild yam plant does it all.
So let's talk a little more about this famous book of yours, Redefining Age. So in this book, are there step-by-step ideas for us to take, or what's in there that's...
Well, what's in there are the different nutrients to keep your heart healthy. I also have a little part, wake up the vagina.
Okay. We will have that in another meeting and interview that we have, and we'll talk perfectly about intimacy. Oops. I guess she logged out. So that was an accident. She'll log back in, I'm sure, ladies. So we've really covered quite a bit today. We talked about petroleum and how that is in a lot of our clothing, and we need to watch out for that. Maybe use more cotton items. We talked about the importance of the yam plant, and I can make a commitment by 4 p.m. today. I'm probably going to have some of that in my hot little hands. So I'll keep you focused on that and let you know what happens. I'm going to go to the health food store and see for starters. It would be great if we could get a website from her to where to go. So why don't I go ahead and in the meeting, and then if I can get her to log back in, we'll come back. Otherwise, we'll look forward to another program with Roslyn Rogers. You might want to look for her on YouTube and internationally because she does speak a lot at different events. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We're at the end of another enlightening episode of the World Wellness Show, and we want to be reminded of the incredible insights shared by our esteemed doctor. Their passion for health and wellness have provided us with valuable knowledge to enhance our well-being. We offer educational information and suggest strongly that you seek medical attention through your physician or other medical professional. Until next time, thank you for coming.